Hello everyone, it's a Dutch Foremost and welcome to this new The Sims 4 speed build. So today I'm building something that is actually totally different from the two previous island living speed builds I've done, because those were sort of, very big houses on the water, also sort of luxurious with quite some modern aspects, especially like the Maldives one was quite modern, and this is quite the opposite because this is a very simple house. I've decided to call it the Fisherman's Beach Hut because that's literally what it is. It's just a very small cottage on the beach, especially cool if you're just moving to Solani, I can imagine, and you don't have that much money yet. You've still got to earn some money because you've got to work, and then this is just a place you're getting started, or for those who want to like leave the 9 to 5 and just want to live that typical island life but don't have that much money to spend, they will actually get started in a house like this one, which turned out very picturesque and really cool alongside the water. And it's actually an off-the-grid house. You actually saw me choosing some lot traits in the beginning of the video, and there's some new lot traits which came with the patch for the island living speed build or living expansion pack, which means that it's available for everyone because it's just part of the regular Sims update. And off the grid is one of those new lot traits. And what it means is that you have to build a house which is not really connected to any of the water or electricity networks, and normally you don't really have to think about that too much, but in this case you've got to look for some items in case it's logical that normally they would require either electricity or water, so toilets, sinks, showers, etc. You've got to see or look in the properties of those items to see if they're applicable or available for off-the-grid usage as well. And if you do that, you can actually add a toilet, just like any other house, but then you can only add one specific toilet and a couple of specific sinks. I believe all the outdoor living items are available off the grid, and some of the new island living items are available off the grid as well, obviously, because it is sort of very fitting for this new expansion pack to actually move off the grid. However, personally, I still find it sort of confusing what lighting was available off the grid, so I decided to use very many candles because of course you're very sure that you don't need electricity for that. But the problem with this off the grid thing is I really like the concept of it. However, I mean, you can still flush water and you can still add some electrical items, I believe, or at least, well, okay, fair enough. One of those stoves could maybe be built with gas or like used with gas, which means that you don't really actually need like electricity, but it would have been cool to see if you could like add wind, like windmills or maybe solar panels on the roof, just to be able to sort of make your electricity, or in that way make it slightly more challenging that you've got to add a specific amount of solar panels on your roof in order to be able to use certain items. However, in that way you sort of change the way you play the game. Generally, build mode isn't really very much meant to be challenging. You just are actually able to build whatever you want, which is really cool about the game always because you've got so many opportunities. However, I can imagine that it would be cool to have some kind of challenges with this as well, and also it would be sort of good for like people's understanding of like sustainability, etc., to have those items, but maybe that is too much from an architect's point of view. So I'll just not ramble on about that because we could go on for ages. But anyways, this is like your typical beach cottage. It's exactly what I would imagine living in if I would ever like move to Tahiti and just decide to live on an island, which sometimes I do actually think about. It's probably never happening, but I can imagine that being just in the middle of nature and having the ocean all around you all day, that can be very relaxing. However, those are always very romanticized ideas because of course you still need to earn money there, so also there you've got to work a job. So and just selling coconuts is probably not going to earn you enough to actually live there, and maybe not even enough to, or especially not enough to actually go back to where you came from to visit friends and family. So therefore I don't think it's ever happening. However, it is always sort of a cool thought when dreaming away while like studying for deadlines, which is exactly what I'm currently doing, just to think about what if I were to ever move to an island. I would never permanently move there, I think, but I would love to sort of experience living the island life for like a year or something. I can imagine that it's pretty, yeah, you can come back and have sort of a different view of life, I guess, when you've been there. But yeah, I've never done that. Do you know anyone who's done that? Please let me know if they've got any experiences, or maybe if there's some like cool documentaries or videos or films about that, because yeah, I'm just curious what people will experience it like. And then I'm not moving in the Netherlands. We've got quite some programs where people move to France or whatever, or Spain, and get started there. But then I'm truly meaning going like to Tahiti or somewhere in French Polynesia and literally living in like a tiny house like this one, maybe even indeed off the grid, so totally having to change your way of living and getting away from all the Western like utilities and stuff, just in order to experience that relaxation. Because I'm wondering if you really feel that relaxed, if you've got to worry about, like, I don't know, natural disasters, or just worrying about making enough money to be able to buy food. I mean, that is sort of a cool thought, which is definitely possible with island living, moving here and getting your Sims out of that like city living of, for instance, like yeah, actually just basically any other world except for like those jungle adventure worlds and like the outdoor living one as well, because those are really relaxing. But the other ones I can imagine can get pretty hectic. But yeah, I'm super excited to make all these videos. I really had a lot of fun creating this one. It's a very tiny build. It's maybe not even that architecturally special, I guess. I was working on it, and in the end I was like, oh, well, it sort of looks, yeah, not that good maybe, but it's mainly sort of realistic and yeah, just meant for you to download as a starter home for those Sims moving here. And yeah, no worries about it. Next time I'll build a modern, sort of cool, architecturally pleasing house again. But I really enjoyed making this one because you can use so many different items for this kind of build as well, because yeah, it's just a different build than something modern. And also during this video I realized how many plants come with island living, and I was totally blown away. I'd like seen many of them already, but while making this video I realized that actually there really are very many plants, which I'm very happy with, because you can never have too many plants. But with this pack they took that very seriously and they really added very many plants, so many that I actually not use that many of them, or have many unused in this video, which normally never happens. Normally whenever I build something I would like outdo all the plants, and I would have added all the plants coming with a pack in one speed build, but it's just impossible. If I were to add it in this house it would truly be a jungle. It almost looks like a jungle already, but seriously there's very many plants, which I'm really happy with, and which I can imagine as a builder and you're watching this is something you're very happy with as well. So yeah, like I mentioned, a very simple house, really focused on outdoor living. So you're just outside all day, so that's where the living room is. There's actually not a living room inside, there's just one bedroom. Bathroom is partly outside. There is a kitchen, because I wasn't sure if Sims would be able to survive off of having just a barbecue. It would have been cool, so I also added one of those jungle adventure barbecues, because those are really cool. I really think they fit the style of like this entire off the grid living and living alongside the beach vibe very nicely. And oh, by the way, I want to make a quick advertisement for one of my own videos. I've started a Let's Build on my channel, and in that Let's Build I'm actually creating a beach club. So just a beach bar, you know, having some deep house sounds and, you know, some cool ocean wave sounds and cocktails, that kind of place. And I'd really like you to check that video out, because it's going to be a really cool series, and I'm super excited to be back with a Let's Build series again. So yeah, if you want to see me build some kind of modern tropical beach club, make sure you check that out. It will take a couple of episodes, obviously, because it's not a speed build, but a Let's Build. But during this videos I actually talk a little bit more about my thought process than I do in speed builds, and I explain how I do certain things, learn you some tricks, and I just have a quick talk during the videos, which I really enjoy. So yeah, that's just the quick advertisement part of the video, I guess. I hope you don't mind. But hey, it's my own channel. So as you can see here, I've just started the interior, and the bathroom is outside. And I mean, this is actually not that much of a secluded place in the world. This is, I believe, maybe one of the busiest lots in the world. Like, there were people coming by all the time already when I wanted to like record my overview at the end. But also, like, you've got people on the other side of the water, which in many of the ocean lots is not the case. But still, I thought, you know, I'm just going to add that shower because I can't imagine you want to have an outdoor shower if you live in a place like this. But it's not the most private one you can imagine, and probably some of the other lots are better suited for that. But yeah, I just for some reason had a lot of fun creating this, because it's just a quick build, especially compared to some others. Those are like 30 minutes. This is just a quick video, which I really had a lot of fun with myself. But like I said, if you're really into architectural houses and just really nice looking villas, then you should check out some of my other videos as well, in case this is the first thing you're watching from me, because this might not be the best representation of my channel. By the way, I'm very curious because I've sort of worked out all my build ideas so far, or at least I've still got many more ideas probably, but these were on my list to create at first when Island Living came out. And I'm very curious to see or hear from you if you've got any suggestions for other kinds of houses, maybe some famous houses you want me to build, or I sort of wanted to build a Lilo and Stitch house, which is like from one of those, Disney XD or whatever you call those channels, those child series, which is part of Disney, I believe. I wanted to build that, but then I realized someone had built it already, not with Island Living, but like quite some time ago. But then I thought, okay, well, never mind, then I'm not going to do it, because otherwise it's basically copying that concept. But something like that is sort of what I'm looking for, because it's always really cool to recreate something. But also just generally a concept or a building with some certain idea is really cool. If you've got any suggestions for that. There I was looking for a bathtub, which was available in Off the Grid, but there is actually not a bathtub available in Off the Grid. Sort of logical, because you can just jump in the ocean, and also a bathtub is not your highest necessity if you've also got a shower already. So here I'm adding the desk, but later on I'll actually be changing that or turning that into a kitchen. I'm not too sure if that actually happens in the video, but yeah, like I mentioned, I wasn't sure if like having only a barbecue would be enough, so I decided to just add a kitchen as well. So this is the end of the speed build already. Let me know what you thought of it. Leave a comment and leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and then be prepared for some other really cool speed builds in Island Living. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back later.